Sony, at the current moment in time, is making some of the worst business decisions I have ever seen. The only thing that can top this is Microsoft announcing you have to have an online connection back for when the Xbox One first launched, right? But the PS5 Pro, a lot of people were excited for it until that price hit. I mean, $700 for a console is quite insane. Now you might think, oh, there are going to be some benefits to that towards that. I mean, I saw on Twitter that people were saying it's going to be backwards compatible with every PlayStation game in the family. So PS1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That 5 part made no sense, but you get it. But and then the reveal dropped, and it turns out that was a damn lie. And it turns out they're charging $700 for somewhat improved graphics. I mean, we've hit this point with graphics that, you know, it's like small upgrades, okay? It's like you can barely notice it. You need like a microscope to see the fucking changes in graphics, right? But $700, and the only thing you're getting is improved graphics. But wait, here's the kicker. It's a digital system only. And now the worst part about that is that people still buy physical games. Don't think that, oh, we don't buy physical games no more. No, people still buy physical. People still support physical, which you should. But they didn't completely leave out people who buy physical. Guess what, guys? They're selling the disc drive separately. And now you're probably like, how the fuck are they gonna sell a disc drive separately? Well, it's a little thing you plug into the PlayStation. It has a disc drive in it, and it looks ugly. And oh my goodness, such poor decision making. I don't get how. First it was Concord, okay? Sony took that L. They bounced back with Astrobot. And then they bumped down with the fucking PS5 Pro. So basically, this is probably going to be Sony's biggest L since Concord. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense why they would charge $700 for something that really isn't that desirable, and it doesn't have much desirable features, okay? Like, now if it was backwards compatible with every PlayStation game, then that price tag would be worth it. But since it's not, it really isn't. So Sony is making some of the worst business decisions I've ever seen in gaming. And this is a good thing, right? Well, no, it's not for Sony, but it's good for one company, Nintendo. Nintendo is about to take the biggest fucking W. I can't explain it, but Nintendo, they just sat back. They allowed their competitors to make their mistakes, their faults. They sat back and they're like, okay, it's time to announce the Switch 2 and fucking blow Sony and Microsoft out the water, okay? Nintendo sitting here in their chair just plotting. They're like, okay, we're gonna let our competitors make their mistakes, and then we're gonna show up and blow the competition out the water. That's what Nintendo's about to do when they announce the Switch 2, right? I mean, what the fuck was Sony thinking? You got Sony making this poor business decision. You got Microsoft doing fucking nothing, and then Nintendo's like, we're gonna blow these guys' minds with the shit we're gonna reveal. It's absolute insanity that they thought a $700 price tag would get them sales. It's not. They're probably going to take a big loss on this, because the only people who are going to buy it are YouTubers to review it, and then Sony fanboys who think it's a good decision to buy it. And you got to look on Twitter, right? There are actual people defending this price tag. It's like, oh, but improved graphics. You can barely tell the improvement. Some Sony fanboys are absolutely delusional to think that a $700 price tag with a vertical stand and disk drive sold separately is a good thing. I saw a post on Twitter talking about, oh, PlayStation isn't for broke people. We PlayStation players, we buy this because we are all rich. I mean, it was so cringy, and he had an anime profile picture, but yeah, it's fucking insane how there are people actually defending this price tag. And it's mainly people who fucking play PlayStation. But even if you play PlayStation, you have to admit there's no selling point. I mean, if there's no pitch, there's no, like, if I pay $700 for something, I should expect to see some good shit out of it. But if I'm paying $700 for fuck all, why the fuck would I pay $700? That's essentially what some people are gonna do. But yeah, that is, Sony is gonna be taking the biggest loss on this negative, because the PS5 was already expensive when it first launched, and now you got this damn thing expensive as hell, $700. And then in the UK, apparently, if you convert the UK's currency to America's, it's $900, damn near $1,000. So it's absolutely mind-boggling. The heads of Sony were sitting at this fucking table like, oh, we're making such a good decision. They deserve to take this loss. Okay, for Concord, they deserved it, and for this decision, they should take this L. Nintendo is about to eat good, bro. It's over. Nintendo is about to take the biggest W ever seen in gaming history. GG.